Allison here on the Oh So Sensitive channel, where I frequently talk about perfumes from my perfume collection. Today's video features 4 perfumes, fresh, pretty florals, and I love all of them. As soon as I was going through my collection and smelling them, each time when I smelled it, my reaction was, and then there was one that I was like, I love it. I'll tell you which one it is. So if you're interested, please stay tuned and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the notification bell as well. And if you end up liking this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Okay, so let's start with one that I almost forgot about. I forget about this one a lot because it's so small. I have a really small container of it. It's a 1 ounce, but I've talked about before how some companies, when they make their 1 ounce bottles, they use a bit of optical illusioning to make the bottle look big, so you feel like you're getting more juice than you actually are. An infamous one for that is the La Vie Belle design. So much wasted space in half the bottle. Like that big smile part at the bottom is just wasted space as far as like it actually containing the juice. But it's good to have on your vanity, and it makes you remember it because you see this big bottle here like, oh, and it's La Vie Belle. But this one, the bottle is small. They have some wasted space, but overall the bottle just looks tiny. Look at that. This is Signorina by Salvatorre Ferragamo. They have a whole Signorina range. Salvatorre Ferragamo, the Signorina Misteriosa. I think there's one that's a Flora or whatever. This is an eau de toilette, but to remind myself, even though, which hand did I spray it on? I think it was this one. I have to spray it again, which reminds me of one issue I have with it. This one smells really pretty, but the lasting power is not that great. Like, I literally just sprayed it how long ago? Like maybe 20 minutes ago, and I couldn't smell it anymore in this hand. But it's reminiscent of some of the other ones on here, and the other ones have better lasting power. But if you find this one for a good deal and you just want something that smells pretty and it looks pretty as well, because that packaging is so cute, this is a pretty okay one to get. I would never pay full price for this because the lasting power is absolutely almost non-existent. But when you smell it, it's very pretty. If I were to buy something for a gift, I would probably gift this to like a young girl, because I remember when I was young, I wasn't that into paying attention to lasting power. I was just like, ooh, that smells pretty. And then I would put on a perfume and forget about it, especially if I was young enough at a point where I would put on perfume and then go run around. Who was still thinking about perfume after you're running around outside, either because you're in the marching band or on the track team or whatever? You tend to forget about the perfume after a while. I was in marching band. But this one is fresh and citrusy. Almost all of these kind of have some type of citrusy element to it, but the citrus part really merges well with the floral part. You smell the brightness as far as the citric nature of this, but the floralness or the florality really makes it just girly and feminine. That's what all of these are. All 4 of these are just girly, feminine perfumes, and not necessarily girly in an immature way. This one is a bit more girly as far as like being marketable to a younger crowd, like teenagers, but it's still very lovely. I enjoy the scent. I enjoy smelling like this. My only issue is I don't smell like it for long. The next one is by Calvin Klein, Euphoria Blossom. I had to remember the name because it's not on the bottle. This one is an eau de toilette too, and it lasts a little bit longer. That's what the bottle looks like. And this one is more woody. Yeah, okay, it's right here on the bottle, on the cap. Euphoria Blossom. This one is fresh, floral, and woody. I like my florals to be a little woody because that usually gives them more base, more oomph, more lasting power. At my heart, deep down in my heart, when it comes to perfumes, I am a winter perfume girl. I love winter perfumes. I love perfumes that are woody and musky and warm. I love patchouli. I love amber. I love coffee notes. I love gourmand notes. If I could get away with wearing my winter perfumes all year round, I would. But the issue is that winter perfumes in hot weather can choke you out. They can be offensive. I'm not so attached to what I love that I ignore the fact that I may be distressing other people around me. And I also think, well, I don't want to potentially upset anyone who's that sensitive to perfumes. So I'm still considerate when it comes to perfumes. But this one, even though it has some wittiness to it, is not cloying. And it smells really good. It's fresh, it's zesty. You wouldn't be surprised if there's some freesia in here. It has kind of a purple, floral, zesty, musky smell. Like you can smell some citruses in here. You can, like, maybe there's some bergamot, maybe there's some lemon, but you also smell the fruits and the florals and the woodiness and the muskiness. So for this to be an eau de toilette, it's quite complex. But if you're just going to be outside on a warm day, this would be perfect. And again, this is Euphoria Blossom by Calvin Klein. As far as the lasting power, I would give this one about 3.5 hours. The one from Salvatorre Ferragamo, an hour at the most. Okay, so let's get into what jump started this video. It was my scent of the day. And this is Burberry Brit Rhythm for Her by Burberry. So I went outside, saw how pretty it is, and I was like, I want a spring perfume. I'm going to wear a spring perfume. Because yesterday we had a cold snap and it rained a little bit. It was intense. It was not the day yesterday for spring perfumes. But that snap ended. We're back in spring weather, so I wanted a fresh but pretty feminine floral perfume, and this one is perfect. Burberry Brit Rhythm for Her. This is also an eau de toilette, but this one lasts quite a while. This one, to be an eau de toilette and to be fresh smelling, it lasts a really long time. I'd say it lasts 6 to 7 hours, and the sillage on this is crazy. Every time I've worn this around people, people have been like, you smell good. I remember I was in line in the store and the lady in front of me just turned around and was like, you smell good. But this one is fresh, floral, and woody. You can definitely smell the woodiness. You can definitely smell the muskiness. And that's probably what makes this last such a long time. The woodiness and the muskiness. This one is complex as well. So complexity in a fragrance is also something that can help it to last a long time. When you have fragrances that are kind of like a one note smell or a solely floor smell or a solely note smell, basically a really simple composition, the lasting power is probably not going to be that great. Last but not least, Black Opium Floral Shock. I don't want to say it's my favorite perfume in my whole collection, but it's one of my favorites. It is one of my beloveds. It's been discontinued. Correction, it has not been discontinued, but it's really hard to find in the United States. So I try to be light-handed with this one as far as not wearing it all the time. And let me see if I can see where it is. It's still at the top. This is a 3-ounce bottle, and I've used up that much, which is a lot. It's actually kind of scary how much I've used up of this. But I sprayed this earlier. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. This is the one that when I sprayed it as I was preparing for this video and reminding myself about scents to get my thoughts together, when I sprayed this on my arm, I fell on the back of the bed. Like, I remember how good this is. Oh my goodness, and I'll probably wear it tomorrow. I avoid this one to avoid remembering how good it is. It's a white floral. It's coffee in here. I think it has orange blossom. I think it has, I don't know if it has tuberose, but I know it has orange blossom as one of the white florals. I know it has a coffee note. It has an iced coffee, of course. So it has that coffee note, but it kind of has almost a cooling sensation to it, because normally a warm coffee note in warm weather can be a bit confusing to the senses. Coffee is so perfect for winter, obviously, because you usually drink your coffee hot and it just warms your insides, and the warmth seems to like calm you down, but the coffee wakes you up. This one, because of that iced coffee accord, you get that burst of feeling awakened, but the iciness keeps you from feeling like overwhelmed as far as like your heat sensation, I guess. You don't feel confused as in like, oh, it's hot outside and now I'm wearing something that's making me feel a little bit hotter. No, this one doesn't make you feel a little bit hotter. The iced coffee accord in here really makes this work for spring. I love this perfume. Whenever I wear this perfume, I get compliments on it. The sillage is crazy. I've had people who aren't necessarily near me compliment me on this perfume. I've had people enter the room and just say, it smells good in here. And I end up knowing it's because of me. It's because I'm in here wearing Black Opium Floral Shock. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Black Opium Floral Shock. Out of all the perfumes in today's collection, this one is my favorite. And of my whole perfume collection, it's probably in the top 5. I'm going to declutter soon. Not looking forward to it. But I'm going to declutter soon, go through all my perfumes, see which ones I'm going to get rid of somehow. And by somehow, I mean I'll either gift them or sell them or use them in a giveaway on my YouTube channel. But whichever ones I give away, this will not be a part of the bunch. This will not. I will be sad the day that I use up the last drop of this. If you have a chance to get your hands on it, snatch it. Snatch it. If you have any way of possibly getting this perfume and you've watched me for a while and you feel like we have similar tastes, snatch this one up. Okay? Just do it. Like, do it while you have a chance, okay? Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what your favorites are as far as fresh, feminine, floral perfumes. I've already told you mine. And if you have any requests, then let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. Alrighty, bye.